Hey guys, it's Michelle here. I'm going to wait for everybody to pop in here because I can't touch my desk. Sorry, I forgot about that. So I'm just kind of doing this last minute, but I wanted to give you guys some more of a message about everything that we're experiencing right now. So again, let me know that you are here and I will actually pull up on my big monitor this video so I can see your comments. All right. Anybody here? All right. So, let's just get into it here. If you want to see it as a battle, there is a much bigger battle going on right now. And that has to do with people, the response to what is going on is what is really teaching us more than anything, right? So we saw where people were, obviously everybody knows the example of hoarding, but now we're seeing where people are using one another as sort of a punching bag, and taking their moods out on people. And sorry, my lighting is McWackadoodle. Is that any better? Like you might be out driving and someone is like, it feels like they're trying to pick a fight with you, or maybe you're just trying to get to work and someone is being irritable. I mean, I guess that's the word, irritability. But that is very important to look at because, as we said before, there's going to be a lot of toxicity that comes up to the surface. And that is for us to be aware of. Okay, so we're going to see a lot of manipulation. We're going to see a lot of people accusing others of being manipulative because they don't like what you said, or, whatever. I mean, there's going to be a lot of that kind of thing going on. I want to be very careful in what I say here. You guys know why I have to be careful in what I say. But there are things that have been going on in this world that will no longer be tolerated. And the time for that is done. And part of that, it's some of the stuff that you guys already know about, but as it might pertain to most of you, it might hit a little closer to home. There is what I've been talking about for years and years, which is not accepting toxic people in your life. Now, how do we discern who is toxic and who's just in pain, trying to come out of their pain body? Well, you really have to, they're even saying that you really have to get good at being in your heart space, and anything that feels in stark contradiction to the heart energy. You can sit with that for a second, but if someone's like, for example, if somebody's just being nasty just to be nasty, you don't have to take that. Right? And I would highly encourage you, if you have a social media channel, people love to use social media to, it's a brave way for them to come out and, say what they got to say. But you feel free to block people. You feel free to, do whatever you have to do to not feed into that person's, whatever it is, their psychosis, their toxicity, their, whatever it is that they're trying to get out of you so they can feed. Yes? So that is going on. There's another way that this is going to manifest for all of us, and that is in our own internal selves. In our own internal selves. So if you find yourself suddenly having an outburst, please don't do it around the kids as much as you can help it. Like, sometimes you don't know if the kid's standing right behind you and you're like, this stupid refrigerator, but you're gonna find that this inexplicable anger might come flying out of you, or yeah, just being fed up in general, being tired of the world. It just feels like just tired of the world. And some people might go, I'm just tired of the news. I'm just tired of having restrictions on my life. I'm tired of living like this. I'm tired of living in fear. But this is an important part of the process. And what a big portion of this part of the awakening is taking a moment and remembering yourself. Now, as I say that, it doesn't mean in an egotistical kind of way. Nothing hits up here in the ego consciousness. It's down in the heart. Are you really an angry being? Probably not. Right? Are you really a cruel person? Because some people do that. They're like, oh, I feel like a horrible person because I got mad at someone, or whatever, because I had an honest emotion. And that doesn't make you bad. But what is part of the process that's unfolding right now and in rediscovering yourself is connecting back into that heart space and remembering love. This, I just got done recording the weekly reading. I have to edit that. I'll have it up by Saturday morning. But, I kind of go through that there as well. It seems overly simplistic, but love really is the answer here. And I know people want to roll their eyes at that. For years and years, when I first started Angel Souls, people were weirded out that I would say, and I'm sending you all my love. Take care. There's a reason why I was doing that. I'm genuinely sending love out to people because we need more of that. So there's going to be some hard adjustments here, and it has little to do with your lifestyle. It has everything, though, to do with your perspective of your lifestyle and the world around you and other people. You'll hear me say this so many times. We are the battleground. We are the battleground, even down to what is happening, which is trying to disarm the battleground. It's trying to break up, any capacity to take the darkness out, because when we don't feel well, you're not really in a capacity to feel super positive, right? So even that is kind of being compromised for some people. Then we get into the conflicting messages. It's this, it's that, it's that, all over the place, which gets us into a lower frequency and doubting ourselves and wondering if this is the right thing or that's the right thing. And right now, of course, take care of your health. Err on the side of caution. It's not going to be that big a deal to put a mask on, for crying out loud. I mean, give me a break. It saved me from having to do my lipstick every day, okay? Put a mask on. It's not harming you. At least here in Colorado, we're still allowed to go outside. We're still allowed to go and enjoy the outdoors. It's just, and in a weird way, I feel like the social distancing has brought me closer to people. And what I mean by that is there's a moment there where, like, I just did this yesterday. I was walking down a sidewalk that's actually kind of narrow, and I saw the woman coming, and I could see that she wouldn't be able to see me. I could see her, but she couldn't see me. So I stopped and I kind of pulled over. Right? I just pulled over, and she didn't see me until she came around this tree. And then when she saw that I was stopped and waiting on her and giving her space, she lit up and she said, "Thank you so much. I really appreciate that." And we had this little exchange and, a bit of support going back and forth and that connection. So, just try to roll with it as best you can. The biggest message, and the message, is to not give over to the fear. Take it seriously, but don't give over to the fear. Okay? Because when we're in that fear frequency, or if you're starting to feel depressed or something like that, there are people out there who are licensed to help you with that. I am not one of those people, but there are people out there licensed to help you with the psychological aspects of things. But anything that's getting you into a low frequency, maybe your whole identity has been wrapped up in your job and you can't go to your job right now. Well, look at that, right? So this is your chance to remember who you really are outside of that label, for example. Or if your sense of fulfillment comes from your work, this is a time to, reassess. Just look at a fresh perspective here. What really brings you joy? Every day you get up, try to find something, obviously, to be grateful for. There's a reason why we talk about that. It puts you in a state of joy. It makes you remember just how fortunate you are, right? Something that I love to do, I have this whole lounger thing right next to my window over here, and there's a view of the mountain, and I have this really big oversized pillow, and I just lounge there and I can see the mountain, and it makes me feel alive. So Again, I want to differentiate here. I'm not saying to stick your head in the sand and avoid everything. Avoidance isn't pure joy. No, it's still there. There's still an energy out there. Having an awareness of what's going on is important, but how you emotionally respond to it, that's what you want to learn to process through. Yes? So, of course, we want to send love out to people who are sick, for example, um, but don't get so fearful that you make yourself sick. Does that make sense? It's pretty simple, right? All right, so let me go. Oh my. Hi, everybody. How many people are in here? We have 131 people. I'm just going to go through your comments here. Hi, everybody. All right. Yeah, I want to talk about some of the responses. So I can offer this perspective because I have this social media channel here and I have a spiritual channel. Spirituality is subjective and people can argue it and they get very passionate about it. Everybody's very passionate about their beliefs. And one of the things, the more I talk about this stuff, the more there are angry, sort of testing people who are coming up to the surface and they don't even know that they're exposing themselves. They don't even realize it because they're not connected into love and they're trying to fight against the messages that are coming through. You're going to be seeing that a lot in the world. You're going to be seeing people panicking and crumbling and wanting to grasp onto the old way. And it's not even because that's their comfort level. It might be that there's somebody who feeds off of other people and they don't want people getting empowered. They want you to be in fear so they can feed off of you. Okay, sorry. So, wait, I'm just looking at this here. I have the sniffles. It happens every time I wear makeup. So I'm going to dip out, talk amongst yourselves. Hang on a second. And I'm going to disinfect, don't worry. All right. All right, cool. So we're back. All right. Okay, so yes, small wildflowers are saying one of your close friends started a fight with you, was completely unreasonable. I had to get up and walk away. I'm sad, but not going to tolerate being bashed. See, that's the whole thing where it's like, if you don't agree with me, then you are my enemy. And I've even, again, we'll keep using my social media here as an example. People will come forward and they're being hateful. They're just trying to pick a fight. That's all they're doing so that they can feed. I know those people. If I block them, they lose it. It's like narcissistic injury. And they have to, because they didn't get fed. They didn't get what they wanted. So it's interesting. It's interesting. And I just want to come on here and just give a little support to you guys. Like, you're not crazy, right? You are feeling, I bet a lot of you, a lot of you are empaths. And so you're hypersensitive to things. And, we do want everyone to be happy and loving and peaceful. But that can get, if people don't want to accept that, Oh, okay. So Julie says that the buffering is so bad. Is it buffering for everybody? Anybody want? Because it doesn't seem like anybody else is saying that. But yeah, everyone's getting agitated, irritated. It just suddenly got dark in here. I guess it's getting cloudy. I swear I have all my lamps on. Hang on. All right. You know what it is? I have this, my ring light bulb is about to go. It's on its last leg, I think. But, we have to make priorities with our equipment here. It's not something that has to be done right now. But again, hopefully the natural light will help out a little bit. Okay, so what questions do you guys have? And I'm not doing personal readings here. That's another thing to look at. When we're on live chat and everybody's like, tell me about my boyfriend and me. Like, are we going to make it? We are not in those times anymore, guys. It's not about just the individual. It's about all of us coming together. Okay. All right. No buffering in Germany. I love that. Thank you, Ashley. Ashley likes my hair pulled back. I do too. And you know what's funny? If we want to talk about something lighthearted, people are making the joke. They're like, "Oh, you can't go to hair salons right now, so everybody's roots are coming through." I'm like, "Psh, I let my roots come through all the time because I want to give my hair a break from chemical processing. I color my hair at home, so I have my stuff over there ready to go. But I'm kind of waiting for when I can get a haircut to do it all together. That way, my hair is spiffy fresh or something. I don't know." Um, so if you are finding that your current lifestyle is just feeling like it's clamping down on you, it's for good reason, guys. It's for very good reason. It's telling you that it's time to and quit going, oh, I can't make a move until I know exactly what's next. You are creating the next step. So that's important. The faster you realize that you were the one creating that reality, the faster you can move on. Okay. Yeah, thank you, Kat. I do have kind of interesting graying patterns in my hair. We're talking about my hair again. And it does look kind of cool. It's weird. It kind of blends in with my color in a weird way. I don't know. So yeah, stay flirting. Oh, I don't know what's happening in the comments. Okay, so I'm getting stressed as I feel I have to help save the world. There is this sense of helplessness that is happening now, and I struggle with that too. When this first started happening, my phone's going dark and I don't know why. When this first started happening, I felt like I wasn't doing enough. Like it really made me think I should not be doing this. I should be out stocking shelves. I should be maybe I should go in the medical field. But then I'm like, okay, you got to remember yourself. Okay, I would pass out if somebody started bleeding all over me. I'm not. Some of us are just not cut out for that stuff. Okay, but yeah. So that's I think that's normal. I think we are all kind of going through that. Am I doing the right thing? And you know, we see a lot of the celebrities out there. You know, they are suddenly not knowing what to do with all of this and, you know, I think a lot of them have gone from being seen, I don't know how to put it, like at a high capacity, like there are celebrities and whatever. And then we see that what they contribute might help in like an emotional way, like if they're comedians or something like that, that's absolutely valuable. But a lot of them are just doing whatever they can to try to bring comfort. But I know, it's again, it's like, it makes you feel like you're not doing enough. All right. Oh, cute. Susan Thompson says, my hair salon. Let me go back to it. My hair salon asked us to show us your roots on Instagram. A bit of lightheartedness. I'll be honest with you. I was actually a little nervous to color my hair because everyone's in such a judgmental, some people are in a judgmental, kind of hateful space right now, that if I came on with fresh color, people would accuse me of having gone to the salon when I color my hair at home. Trust me, if I took this down, you see my dry ends, like, and we'll see if I can even get my hair cut in May. The salon, and let me know your guys' opinion on this about how you feel about some of the states lifting the stay-at-home thing, or now I guess in Colorado as of was it the 26th or 27th? It's safer at home. That's what they're calling it. But my salon rescheduled me to come in on May 3rd. And I'm like, can I have a little more information about what you're doing to clean the salon and, you know, how many people are going to be in there at once? Like, I don't know. I have a mask ordered. It's been forever trying to get it here, but I have a cloth mask I asked somebody to make for me. Okay. Can you talk about the importance of the plant? Oh, happy Earth Day, by the way. How in the heck did I forget that? Happy Earth Day, everybody. Um, I was trying so hard to make sure I got online here that I forgot to say that. Can you talk about the importance of the planet healing and the connection between that and the lack of human activity? Sure. So this is a forced reset from the Earth. We are going to see some other problems emerge because right now, and I think there's going to be secondary health problems from all the chemicals we're putting on our hands. And, you know, you spray Lysol constantly, you're putting bleach all over everything. That's not only seeping into you, which again, you know, right now we have to focus on getting at that thing that cannot be said on YouTube. we have to get at that and save lives. Priority number one. But the secondary thing is what is going to be the fallout? And medical professionals, you let us know. You're the ones that have to deal with sanitizing things all the time. Do you think there's going to be any health implications from that? But definitely there's an earthquake in California. Okay, give me more info on that because I didn't hear about that. Um, but these chemicals are going to find their way into our water supply. There's going to be more pollution. There already is because there's all these disposable masks, disposable gloves. There's going to be a lot more of that. But right now, it's like the earth is sort of turning over. So, in Greece too. All right, what was the magnitude? Is everybody okay? Okay. Okay. Thank you guys for telling me that. Thank you for telling me that. When did this happen? How did I miss this? I try to stay on top of things, especially. Oh, okay. Tracy says it was near LAX 3.8. All right. So, like, are we talking like kind of a normal for LA? I used to live in LA. You guys know that, right? um, we had it at midnight, 3.6. Is everybody okay? You guys all right? You shaking up? Literally shaking up? I know what that's like. You know, Weird little aside, when I lived in Los Angeles, the first earthquake that I ever experienced, I tried to run out on the balcony. I was in my early 20s. I panicked and I tried to run out. And my friend who was from Panama, uh, where I guess they get earthquakes all the time, he grabbed me and I just panicked. And then by the time I was living there a couple of years, I'd wake up in the middle of the night and my whole bed was like rocking back and forth to the point where I'm getting about tossed out of bed. And I'm like, I'll give it 10 seconds and see if if I have to do anything. But yeah, those are crazy. Love to you all, definitely. And over in Greece too, what was the earthquake in Greece? Is everyone okay? Guys, be grateful for those small earthquakes. Be grateful because you know how that works. It needs a little bit of pressure release here and there. Um, I feel it's time to open everything up. My boyfriend, he works at Walmart. He has worked this whole time. He is not sick or anyone else he works with. It's time to open back up, at least here in West Virginia. Well, that's it too, because every state has a different thing going on. Like here in Colorado Springs, we have a lot of cases, but people are pretty much staying home. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I guess listen to your instincts on things. But okay. So, as a nurse in the ICU, I am empathetic to people who have had their lives turned upside down. However, I take care of every sick COVID. There's the word. Oh dear, I just said it. I'm gonna have to go back and bleep that out. Patients and still have to use the same mask the entire day. Wow, they're still in that place, huh? I knew that they were doing that a couple of weeks ago, but they made it sound like in the media like you guys were getting proper equipment now. Is that not true? What was your experience there? Okay. All right. Hello from Maine. Hi, Murphy Woods. Thank you. Love your glasses. Thank you. Um, any suggestions, techniques to move into a higher heart resonance and stay there? Here's the thing. You will have your own, sort of ebbing and flowing out of the heart space because you know what? You are in a human body. Here's something nobody talks about. You're in a human body that's going to have shifts, okay? Even hormones. Some days your serotonin is going to be feeling level. The next day it might dip down a little bit. Um, you have to be patient with yourself. So what I'm getting at here is don't feel bad if you aren't always 100% in the heart space, right? I got ticked off at somebody the other day. They were purposely going 5 miles an hour in like a 30-mile-per-hour zone. And at first I thought they were having car trouble. And then I realized they were messing around on their phone. And so I was like, okay, maybe they don't realize someone's behind them. So I was just, because we went on for a while. I was being patient. And I kind of just lately went, doo doo, like, hey, do you see that I'm here? And this person started laying on their horn. And I was like, nope. And it wasn't my proudest moment. It wasn't, but I'm being human and it's okay. So technique on how to get into the heart space, bringing your awareness there and deep breathing. And you really want to imagine um, a light that's spreading out all around you, and it can even kind of go with your breath and awareness, just awareness, not just in the heart space, but awareness of your own reaction to things. I was just giving that example of the honking the horn, like, how dare you be like that right now? And I had to catch myself not to blame myself and go, oh, I'm terrible, I'm not being very spiritual right now, because that's just you trying to cast yourself into another storyline, right? But instead going, is this worth it? Is this worth it? It's not. Bless you. In my head I was like, sorry I honked at you. You know, and on. So you can always even, I think Greg Braden is the one who talks about just putting your hand over your heart as well, because that just brings the awareness. So remember, you want to have these two brains, so to speak, online with one another and having this flow going on. So just stopping, having awareness, breathing. You can imagine light, as I said, that will go further than you think, because a lot of times we think that there has to be some big overt evidence that it's working. You'll know it's working when someone smiles at you. That's when it's working. All right. All right. My nose is a thing again. Excuse me. Excuse me. Talk amongst yourselves. Man, this is getting to be troublesome. Okay. All right. So, where were we? Yeah, I was under that impression too, that there was more medical supplies for personnel, because they're not even talking about it anymore. Yeah, so Linda, I had to order a mask because I've tried to make, I have like headbands that are supposed to be for hiking to protect the top of your head from getting burned. I've been using those over my face, but that's not what they're necessarily designed for. So they're open on the bottom because it's bigger than my face, right? And it has a band, but it just goes back around the back of your head. It doesn't hook around your ears. I don't know. What I'm getting at is it doesn't fit right. I guess I could have just said that. Um, Let's see what else we have here. I actually had to beat my horn on somebody, a car ahead of me. The van in front of me didn't want to do it, but the light was green for 10 seconds, and this person wasn't paying attention, so I beeped. This, I think that's just a surface level example. It's like the car thing, but I think it's valuable to look at that. Like, why are people being so weird? In that example I gave, that wasn't just one person, two people while I was out for like a matter of 10 minutes. I had to run off and take care of something and come back. Um, in that short amount of time, two people just being really weird. I think people are acting out, and people are just trying to find their power and their control, and that's going to cause people to act out even more. All right. Have to get what? Avemies? What's Avemies? Tell me more. It's just, I'm like one of those nerdy people who's allergic to everything. I feel like I love like the artistic aspect of doing makeup, but when it's on my face, I'm just like, I start having allergic reactions to it, just getting the sniffles and stuff. All right. Hmm. Okay. All right. So how is everybody feeling socially? How are you feeling? How are you coping with that? Um, is I don't know if you say your name Amatola. I have to bleep it out because I get demonetized, and right now I barely have any income coming in. So I will absolutely go back later on and bleep that out so that I don't get demonetized. I mean, it might be too late at this point because they get the transcript or whatever. So if I want to be able to pay my rent for May, I have to, these are just, it's weird. I mean, on this end, oh, you know what? I do have spray. I should have used that. I've found people driving slower than the speed limit all over my town. It's really weird. That's what they're doing here too. What is that? Like, why? Oh man, feeling sensitive around relationships. Yeah, I'm actually finding that not everybody's been friendly. I mean, I've had moments where I've been at the grocery store and because I was wearing a mask type thing over my face, people were purposely coming up and trying to intimidate me. Um, but in other ways, like I just met one of my neighbors for the first time, and he was outside working out. Turns out he's a real sweetheart. Like I was like, oh, look at that. We actually have this moment to connect. Thank you, Phoenix Moon Rising. Thank you. And hashtag the journey vlog. Thank you so much. Um, okay, so no more freedom of speech. I know it's getting really, really tough. It's getting really tough. And everybody taking everything personally too. That's another big sign. Everybody's like super hypersensitive, and you don't even have to be like doing anything, and they're like, "Why are you looking at me like that?" Like what? I don't know. Like, what in the world? You know, one of the funniest things that has come out of this that I will always look back on is how we were allowed to have takeout margaritas. We were allowed to have takeout margaritas. I was like, really? You're allowed to do that? What? Okay. Uh, thank you guys. You guys just have like a lot of loving things to say. Oh, really? So Astral Flux says we have to wear masks in California or else they will not let us in the store. I'm looking for that. Well, it doesn't happen right now with the grocery stores, but like I was just giving the example that I have to go get my hair done. I don't have to. I have a an appointment. We can always cancel it. And I feel like my salon is pretty responsible. And right now it's even like I'm penciled in for May 3rd. We're going to feel it out to see if it feels safe. But I'm kind of interested to know if like if I didn't show up, I'm going to show up with masks. But if I didn't, if they would force me to wear one. Thank you guys. Thank you, David. I don't know if you guys can tell, but oh, do I have like tissue on my face? I think I had tissue on my face this entire time. All right, well that's a live stream for you. What are you gonna do? But I was about to say my makeup is so caked on my face right now. Hi Tina, love you too. Yeah, you know what? Seriously, Susan Thompson, hi in New York City. Um, you know, it's seriously weird. I'm looking back on my time in New York City and I'm like, I don't remember ever feeling this in New York. I mean, I was always that person like once I got off the subway, I would come in to my apartment and immediately leave everything at the door and then I would go change my clothes and usually shower too. And I remember I used to take a disinfecting wipe and wipe down my door handle. And I had these really weird neighbors. I had the weird, you guys know me with neighbors, right? I always have weird neighbors. I had these weird neighbors that stood outside my door and they were like, "What is she doing? What is she doing?" I'm literally on the other side of the door just with a disinfecting wipe wiping down the door handle. It was making it rattle a little bit. And they could not figure out what was going on. They're standing right outside my door talking about me. I'm like, I'm right here. I'm right. I can hear you, you weirdos. Anyway, but most people just they weren't mind. We're on the subway all the time, man. Like you come home, you're touching your doorknob and stuff. Like you need to clean that up, okay? And I always joke, I'm like, how the heck did I ever survive New York City? Oh yeah, you guys are wondering what the heck once what side of my face? I'm not sure. I think it was on this side. No, this side. I'm looking at my monitor here. I had a little piece of tissue that was sitting there. I was like, what in the world? All right. Okay. Aw. A pet baby African bullfrog. I want to see a picture. That's so cute. Yeah. You know what? Sometimes I'm starting to wonder. I'm like, is it the energy that we carry? It's not that it's bad. It's just, you know, like people see you as the weirdo when they're doing the weirdest stuff. Like these particular neighbors in that example, they're looking at me like I'm a nut. And I'm like, you're the one eavesdropping on your neighbor when she's trying to clean the door handle. And then you're talking about it like she can't hear you. Oh, yeah, elevators too, Tracy. Every time I got in an elevator, I'm like, God keep us safe. Yeah, buttons and doorknobs and a population that isn't used to staying indoors. Very true. Mm. Astroflux says, I think it's energetically, absolutely. Yeah, they get like scrambled when they're around us. You don't know what to do. All right. British Columbia, Canada, not a lot of mask wearers. I wear one, but you know what's interesting? I'll tell you when people don't wear masks. It's and even yesterday, this was funny. Yesterday I went out just to go walking around. When people are outdoors here in Colorado Springs, they don't wear masks typically, unless you're gonna go on a trail which is narrow, and then people will wear it because you can't really social distance on the trails. Why they left them open, I don't know. I mean, I guess from a psychological standpoint, it's important for people to be out there, but if they're really worried about social distancing, the trails are not it, yo. Like they're not it. Little things like this. I think I said in another video, people who are runners and people who are on mountain bikes, because that's not easy. You know, trail running is not easy, nor is mountain biking. That's why I don't do it. Okay. but, but you know, they're huffing and puffing when they go by. They breathe on you. I've had a guy sweat on me before. Like, ugh, I don't need to know y'all like that. You know what I mean? Finally get 100 degrees later this week in Arizona. Oh, that's a lot. I've been to Arizona a couple of times and I was like, how do people live here? Like, oh my gosh. People can't cope with your energy, doesn't fit in. Yeah, yeah. Just received my order. Oh, you got some merch. Give me feedback on the merch because I know the first round of merch that went out, um it wasn't. I was like, oh, oh no, no, and I had to hurry up and change it and redo it. I don't know. Because you put it up on Teespring and the designs looked perfect, but then I got the prototypes and I'm like, what? No. So hopefully, you know, you would have gotten the fixed up version of it now. So good. I'm glad you enjoy it. That's amazing. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I have merchandise that has my Angel Souls logo as wings on the back. So I have t-shirts like that and leggings with my logo kind of wrapping around the leg and little things like that. Yeah, ew, you talk about the guy sweating on me? Did me in. I was about to just lie down on the trail and blow a whistle and have somebody save me because I did not think I could cope with like somebody else's sweat on me. Oh, see how I can't be a nurse? God bless y'all nurses and doctors out there. If somebody came at me and had any kind of bodily fluid, like try to give you the urine to go test, I'd be like, there's a cabinet for that, okay? Go put it back in the bathroom somewhere. All right. David, do not be sweating on people. Because you know it's hot. All right. Yeah, so Dela, is this how you say it? Dela Ayala? Sorry if I'm not saying that right. I don't wear a mask if I'm walking my dogs or speed walking outside, but I do if I'm going to a store. I stay away from people though. Yeah, that's what I've been doing. I've been like if I'm outside, I only go in the areas of walking where you can really, really social distance. Did I tell the story about the little girl? This was like a couple of weeks ago. I was out walking and I saw this woman off in the distance. Go ahead and say, stop this story, Michelle, because you already told it. Because I can't remember if I told you guys. Um, but this woman was off in the distance and I could see she was carrying something. It looked like it was heavy and she was kind of coming up a hill, but I didn't think anything of it because people are out buying stuff in bulk, right? And she comes over the hill and then I go ahead and I turn down a street. She comes up behind me. I hear a child crying. I have my earbuds in, which I never do. It's so weird. Sorry, sniffles again. Hold on. Okay. I didn't clean my hands yet. I'm by myself. I'm not harming anybody. I'll wash them later. But yeah, so I see that she's carrying this little girl and she's crying. And I was like, oh, she had a little bike helmet. I'm like, oh, she fell off her bike. I think she skinned her knee and, you know, whatever. The woman goes, no, no, she broke her arm. She broke her arm. And then she's walking by me and it was very clear this little girl had broken her arm. And it was such a terrible thing because this woman had been carrying her for a while. You could tell. And like she's like shaking. This kid was probably about 4 or 5 years old. So this woman had to carry her this whole way, and she was kind of dropping her, and the little girl is screaming because she's getting jostled around. And you know, as a fellow human being, your reaction is to go, here, let me take her for you, but I can't do that, and it'd be weird even if we weren't going through all of this to do that, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, I'm like standing there with my phone. I'm like, do I call somebody? Like, what do you want me to do? Another weird thing is like, is that a 911 call? Like, how bad is this? Can you drive? Because right now they're telling you not to call 911 for certain things, right? So it was just one of those things, like, you're in the moment and you're like, I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. So anyway, I kept my social distance, and I did kind of walk alongside her out in the street in case she was about to drop this little girl. I could at least try to do something. I'm useless, completely useless over here. And she went down to the house. It wasn't that far away at that point. And ran up to the house, and I just stood nearby from the street going, it's okay, honey. It's okay. Hold on a second. Oh, yeah, it's buffering. Okay, hold on. All right, so it looked like we had a little hang up there. But anyway, so she laid her on the lawn, and I just stood out in the street and was like, "It's okay, honey. We're gonna get you. Just breathe. You know, here comes your mommy. You know." And they got her into they got her into, you know, the car and got her to the hospital. But poor little baby. But that is such a, oh God, it was such, like, I didn't know how to help. It was just kind of crazy. Janet N says, I'm a nurse and everyone has some kind of weakness, whether urine or blood. We're not superhuman to all things. Aha! So you guys, okay. I didn't know that. I thought nothing bothered y'all. Thanks for your shout out. It's hard right now and the energy is really affecting me. See, Janet, that's the thing. Like, I know all of you need to be cared for as well. And please, if you are in, like, you're one of the first responders dealing with these patients, if there's anything that you can think of that would make you feel better, let me know. I mean, I have put out meditations and things like that, but you know, you need to take care of your emotions right now. All right. And bless you. Thank you so much. You guys, I'm telling you, you're amazing. Okay. Yeah, I did what I could. You know, God forbid, if any of you have ever known a child that's been in pain, that's one of the most horrific things. And knowing too, like, you can't panic because the poor little baby's going, I think I broke a bone. I think I broke a bone. Oh my gosh. It was, okay, so hold on, guys. I gotta get this troll out of here. 1 second. I'm gonna report. Sexually explicit material. There we go. Reported. Okay. Did it get him out of here? No, it didn't. Hold on, guys. I gotta block him too, I guess. Did that do anything? Maybe. So sorry if any of you had to see that. But see, that's like something where they're trying to get energy from you. Yeah. Yeah, so I reported him and then I blocked him. Yeah. No, you have to delete him. So. So a lot of you saw that already. Yeah. Sorry about it. Yeah, so that was really hard with that little girl. And I kept walking by like the next couple of days just to see if she was outside or like mom had her out or something. She wasn't outside. The other thing too is she was wearing a little bike helmet. And it didn't occur to me until later. I was like, not that that was the priority or anybody would have been thinking about that, but I guess I could have. But yeah, all right, full for us. Now it's buffering again, I think. Why is it doing that? That's so weird. I was just asking if these go lives are helpful. Does it help socially? Does it help feel like we're all connecting, kind of thing? And I'm getting face tingles. Oh man, sure. When I'm in front of people who are like, "Don't touch your face, Michelle," that's when I'm like, got the nose itchies, the whole thing. Astroflux, you said, I think it doesn't. I was like, oh, it does. And then you're like, no, it does. Okay, good. Good. How is this guy still in here? Okay. Okay, hold on, gotta remove him. Yeah, so evil is coming out. That's evil. And that's the thing, too, that we need to stop tiptoeing around calling out evil things. So just saying, oh, it's just a troll. Don't worry about that. No, that's somebody who's trying to aggravate you and get you upset so they can feed. Okay, so yeah, we need to. Yeah, I don't know how he came back. I actually blocked him, reported him the whole bit, and he got back in. So yeah, and we need to talk about a few things because there are things that are very mainstream, um, that I myself have like been like, oh, what's the big deal? No, so the lyrics of a song, I just kind of protect myself when I listen. It's got a good beat to it. Well, the beat is what calls you in. Oh, thank you. Thank you guys for helping me block that guy. But yeah, we need to be aware of the music we're listening to. Um, like I got something, and I'm not gonna say the actual thing, but it's an organization, and that's what this product was called. And then later on, I get this flyer, and there was an emblem. Their whole app symbol is something that is about what's about to come out, and I saw that. Now the whole Shane Dawson thing. Remember he came out. You guys remember it was like a few months ago, but now it seems like a lifetime ago. But he came out with his conspiracy palette. The only reason why I thought that was cool, I just loved how he was doing his dog. Now some of you don't. You got your opinion. It's fine. But even that, I was like, really, you have to do that whole symbolism and all that. But I don't know. I had my reasons for going along with that and kind of, but we're at a different time now, is what I'm getting at. So it doesn't mean you have to go through and throw everything out because we are all so deeply ingrained and affected by our society. There's all of that stuff is already in your house. Okay. There are brand, emblems. And why do I keep saying emblems? What is the word? I can't, my brain's not functioning. Their logos. Their logos are, kind of not very great and all that kind of stuff. But be aware of that and start calling things what they are. Trolls are evil, and they're meant to harm. So cracking down, guys. All right. Yeah, the evil is coming out, isn't it, Emily? Yeah. Yeah. Remember, these aren't actual. They're not real people. I mean, they are people, but the dark, I don't want to get into too much here, but yeah. So I'm just looking. Thank you guys, logos. I don't know why I couldn't find the word. All right. Yeah, so the thing with the Zoom and people trolls getting into Zoom as well. I think it's interesting that we're all kind of forced into a digital trackable way of communicating with one another. Kind of interesting. Rituals in plain sight, that's right. I've never liked award ceremonies, and I always thought there was something wrong with me because I'm like, am I the only one that just am completely turned off by all of this? Super Bowl. I'm not really big into sports. I don't really get into worshiping sports heroes necessarily. I don't really do that for any celebrity, but the halftime shows and all of that never appealed to me. I'm just kind of like, whatever. I don't really care about this, and we know now. We know what's going on with that. Oh my God, this guy. How? Okay, I'm gonna report him again. All right. Yeah, so okay, YouTube, why are you allowing this evil person to keep coming in? What is your deal? I've already blocked, that's the third time I've blocked him, and he keeps coming in. All right, so yeah, he's still there. He keeps coming back. Unreal. So I guess I don't know what he's doing. Wow. Disgusting. YouTube wants to remove important information and allow perverts to keep coming back after being blocked. That's exactly it. Train the trolls. You know, there was a time because of the kind of, um, you know, also, but you're right, but we can't say what we need to say. All right. Susan,